Dude, it's so funny to me that Rumbleverse ended with like it was supposed to end at like 3 p.m. or whatever, but they had a bug so you couldn't log in. So the only people who could play the game were the people who were already logged in like 6 hours before it was supposed to go down. It's there's something poetic about it because it never. It was a great game, but it had some problems now and then. If anything, I think the blemishes make it. There's something more special about it. It wasn't, Marvel's Avengers game where everything was designed to funnel you towards the premium currency store and the servers were on time 100% of the time and the experience was so smoothed over that there was no character to it at all. It was special. It was the dimples that made it noteworthy. I am indeed going to play a Vancouver made game. Can you believe it? Catch me down on Commercial Drive, probably not going to Sally Limon next time because it's not that it was bad, it just simply wasn't as good as I expected to be. So maybe next time I'll walk a little longer and go to Lunch Lady and get some good pho or something like that. I don't know what they serve at Lunch Lady, but I know it's Vietnamese. The chorizo burrito was really good. Listen, can I tell you something? Sally Lemon, I liked it better when it was an entity in my head. Because I went to Commercial Drive, I ate the tacos, I said, this is pretty good, but it's not, it can't stack up to my fantasy. And then did you know they now have a Sally Lemon in the airport? And for me, that's probably not fair to say this, but as soon as I see a restaurant have a location in the airport, I'm like, okay, they gave up. Oh, we didn't get a chance to go to that Mexican place that everybody recommended, but don't worry, they have a kiosk in the airport. Then you eat it in the kiosk in the airport, and you're like, this shit isn't any good at all. And you're like, yeah, because it was in the airport. Although I will say, maybe there's an exception to every rule. The Primanti Bros in the Pittsburgh airport was pretty good. That was a great sandwich. Hello, fellow Costco executive member, and to you as well. To you as well. I was in the me. I'm trying to work on a tweet. I think it could hit finance Twitter and also Costco Twitter. Me with a Costco executive membership getting 2% cash back on every purchase, paying for it on my Wealth Simple cash MasterCard that gives me 1% cash back, and realizing that the S&P 500 only has to have a cumulative annual growth rate of 17%, and then I'm getting 100% cash back before I retire, as long as you completely ignore inflation. I'm still working out something like me getting 3% cash back at Costco as an executive member, and realizing with the average growth rate of the S&P 500 in 100 years, it's like I got 100% cash back. What else are you an executive member of? It's a good question. It's a good question. Not as much anymore because now that I got Costco, I don't need to have a membership to many other places. Apple's board. Well, I don't want to brag, but I did indeed got a letter in the mail from Apple. They want me to weigh in at their annual general meeting this year. I don't want to flex too much. I'm just happy that finally they're interested in taking some advice. I'm a pretty big shareholder. I think I still hold 10 individual shares of Apple. At this point, I don't know. It's like a $2.7 trillion company or something like that. So I'm pretty sure we're in the point like 7% of ownership or something like that. But they still, from little old me. You want little old me who knows nothing about business at all to weigh in on who should be in the board of directors? That seems fucking stupid. Isn't that what you guys are there for? Shouldn't you be deciding? All I know is that you sell phones and you take, part of the reason that your business does so well is literally whenever anybody buys something on an iPhone, you get 30%, which seems borderline criminal to me, but as a shareholder, I'm not going to say anything. How was your Peloton ride? Oh, thank you for asking. I woke up really early this morning. I woke up at like 5:40. Originally, I woke up at 5. My alarm usually goes off at 6. And then I said, oh, I'll go back to sleep for an hour. Then at like 5:20, my baby started crying. She was going, mommy, mommy. And I was like, girl, that's not going to happen. So I got up and I tucked her in and, put her back to bed, waited till she went to sleep, hopped on the Peloton a little early, 60 minutes of intervals, mixed intervals in Tabata. And then I was like, it's still early enough. I just threw on 20 minutes of low impact just to get some extra pedaling in. Would you hold Tim Cook's balls if he gave you 50% more shares than you currently own? Would I hold Tim Cook's balls for $500 basically? Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably do that. I don't consider it that seems like a great deal for me. I wouldn't do it for free, but I would do it for $500. That's not really, I could just wash my hands after. It's just skin. Doesn't really bother me. For how long? I'll do it for, listen, you guys can outbid me on this one, but I would do it for 5 seconds. If he was like, do it for an hour, I would be like, no, I got stuff to do. But 5 seconds? Like, I'm not going to do like a single tap, and I'm not going to, caress them. But yeah, I would hold them for 5 seconds. Sorry if this comes off as weird, but I watched some old videos. You've been looking a lot leaner lately. Thank you. I appreciate that, but I did want to see, because my wife went to bed early last night. I want to go back and see, because Library of Laterno posted the video that had those 2 pictures in it. Absolutely horrible dark age for men's fashion. Mid to late 2000s it was not a good time. I'm not saying I don't have hats like that. I'm just saying it's the hat with the like casual button up. It's like where I was wearing the British Peaky Blinders hat, because that was what the style was at the time, especially if you were a 19-year-old bald. Let me see what she replied with here. Give me a second here. You look like a dork. Could not agree more, quite frankly. She said, you at the aquarium still looks cute. Thank you. That was on my reddit.com/r/male fashion advice period. A tucked in button up shirt, belt, khakis, and a $50 watch. But what about me holding the hot dog? With the hat my mom probably got at Old Navy for me. No reply. No reply. You say it best when you say nothing at all. So I'm not offended. I've got eyes. I can see the photos too. Anyway, the game is super loud on launch. Just a heads up. Hold on. I gotta get some oxygen into my brain. Okay, I'm good. I'm back. I was not doing whippets. Do you guys have any body life hacks? I remember I read, this is like 15 years ago, when I had so much free time that sometimes I wouldn't sleep well, and then I would Google like how to feel like you slept well even though you didn't sleep well. And there was this blog that it was like, hey, check it out. It's called like a caffeine super nap or something like that. What you do is you drink like 4 cups of espresso and then immediately take a nap, and then set your alarm for 15 minutes. And when you wake up, you will feel like you just had 8 hours of sleep, which I never tried because I can't fall asleep on command like that. I'm better at falling asleep now than ever before in my life because I'm tired a lot, I guess. But to just be like, oh, take a nap immediately, I wish I could do it. I never got to do that. I did have a friend who tried to do, and you've heard this one a million times before. I had a friend who tried to do polyphasic sleeping, where he was like, well, Thomas Edison slept for, 1 hour every 4 hours or something like that, and look at how much he got done. And the first day, I was like, how are you feeling? And he's like, I feel amazing. This is incredible. Second day, I was like, how do you feel? And he was like, oh, I slept for like 8 hours last night. And I was like, all right. Seems to be about how that goes. That's not a Seinfeld bit. My friend actually did it. Is it real Seinfeld, or is that from Endless Seinfeld that's never returned? Yeah, your friend Jerry? Hang on. Seinfeld polyphasic sleep. Kramer tries polyphasic sleep, which causes him to be restless during his nighttime waking hours and fall asleep on his girlfriend Connie during a makeout session. She thinks he is dead and calls some friends to take him away so her mobster boyfriend will not know that she was cheating on him. That shit did not... That didn't happen to my friend. My friend just tried it and then gave up. He did not get his body taken away by the mob, okay? We were like 16 years old. And they're saying, apparently the Seinfeld episode references Da Vinci. My friend was referencing Thomas Edison. It's completely different. It's not even close to the same story. Are the Da Vinci twins part of the montage at the end of Babylon? Anyway, I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think that the end of Babylon was longer than the fall of Babylon? I haven't seen the movie. I don't really know a lot about Babylon, the place either. Kind of remember the song. Remember the song by David Gray? Yeah, there, something, Babylon. You remember that one? Come on, dude, I haven't thought of that song in 15 years. You know this one? When it's coming, come and get it. Something like that. It's been a while. I have the CD still. I think I heard that song in a Shoppers Drug Mart recently. Okay, the game is loud. Get ready. Let's get loud. Don't insult REM in my chat. That's why you do polyphasic sleep, is to maximize your REM, I think. It's not Bob Dylan, it's David Gray, I think. They sound kind of similar. Bob Dylan's more like, early one morning the sun was rising. I was laying in bed, wondering if she'd change at all, if her hair was still red. David Gray is more like, if you want it, come and get it. Crying out loud. Okay, that's Bob Dylan. That's 100% Bob Dylan again. These guys are in your register. Yeah, it's a shame they only made like 2 singers like that. And nobody knows who the hell David Gray is anymore. And whenever you sing like a Bob Dylan impression, people are like, dude, you're really good at singing like pure shit. And I'm like, it's not it. It's an idiosyncratic voice. Also, Bob Dylan, not the kind of artist that really gets people pogged up at karaoke. Everybody wants to hear Jennifer Lopez. Everybody wants to hear Closing Time by Semisonic. Nobody wants you to get up there and be like, you're gonna make me lonesome when you go. People are like, shut up, dude. Just skip the song. Hey Ya's on next. You're gonna make me wonder what I'm doing. Staying far behind without you. You're gonna make me wonder what I'm saying. Anyway, sorry. / marker. Phantom Brigade. I'm not a mech guy, but I feel like I could become a mech guy. Let me explain why. Well, like the first warning sign, do I watch anime? No, I don't. But do I like how it's made? Yes, I do. I do like how it's made. And I listen to some military history podcasts. I wouldn't say that I know much about military history because usually I fall asleep like 7 minutes into the podcast or the audiobook. But really, what is mech combat but how it's made combined with military, combined with the army, combined with warfare? I liked Pacific Rim, the first Pacific Rim, for sure. I also played a lot of XCOM Enemy Within. And if you're asking me if I would rather have psychic soldiers or mechanized soldiers, I would definitely rather have mechanized soldiers, without a doubt. Someone said, NL, what would your mech design be? Honestly, my mech design, I think I would just be, I like the clunky Alien 1 type designs. I want to be bigger. I don't want to be sleek. I want to be bulky. I want exposed pipes and I want to vent steam every time I move. And I don't want it to sound like I'm slicing through the air. I want it to be like laborious. I want it to be like I want it to lumber, exactly. Like this. I don't want it to be like Ultron. You know? And I think I would just like to have a large gun, maybe. I don't want a sword or anything. I wouldn't dispute it, but man, you really need to listen to everything you said back. Why, Apollo? Are you jealous that my neuromuscular connection is so strong because I did that Hannah Frankson 30-minute intervals ride this morning, and then followed up with a 30-minute Dennis Morden Tabata, and then followed it up with a 20-minute Dennis Morden low impact? Hello.
She cried. She cried like she lost you.
I know. Like
were you traumatized?
My wife and I went down to the garbage room with our daughter today, dropped off some garbage, and then they took the elevator down. I took the elevator up. When the doors closed and she realized Daddy wasn't getting in the elevator with her, she was like, she was stunned.
Like,
let's put it that way.
It was like watching Titanic go sink.
Yeah. She was very upset.
The whole time she was like uncontrollably like gasping. She was like,
oh no.
Daddy!
I know that when I pick her up from daycare tonight, she'll be like, Daddy, I was like, missing you.
And then I was like, it's okay, Daddy went back home. And she's like, Daddy!
Oh no.
And then I'm like, where's Daddy? Where's Daddy? She's like, oh. And I was like, what is he doing at home? And she's like, I don't know.
Oh no.
Like, Daddy will pick you up, don't worry. And she's like, Daddy! The whole time through, just screaming. And I'm like, you didn't cry when Mommy went to Korea like this.
That is true.
Daddy just go up to go home, and she's like, she lost you forever. Like, I don't even think people will cry like that on the funeral. It was crazy.
I hope that at least like a couple of people cry like that at my funeral. I don't know what that is. It's because I don't know if that last comment was meant as an insult, but oh, at a funeral, okay. I was like, yeah, she misses me, and then Kate said, yeah, she wouldn't even care that much if you died. I was like, that's ruthless. The target should be in your optimal range, the white ring around your unit during that time. Ah, okay, I see. I mean, I got 2 rings surrounding me. When do they shoot? They don't shoot. They're just going to crash into them? Okay, I guess it is the tutorial. How about like rate? Why don't we just put it right when we finish our move here? Finish the attack by clicking the targeted unit or its prediction. The percentage displayed is the predicted effectiveness of your weapon at this range. We are in optimal range. You can drag the attacks on the timeline to change the time. Try creating another attack, okay? We'll just keep it going. You've now planned 2 attacks in a row. Try executing your plan. It's over for you, brother. Your starboard side is no more. Also, your insides are now outsides.
I'm hit, but just a scratch.
I do feel like I'm playing Sony Vegas a little bit. Alright, I will be taking cover. I will be engaging in Overwatch. Don't worry, not the game. It is, like, dude, if you could just lay this over top of editing, like, a video, I could come up with some of the finest content you've ever seen in your entire life. I'm not insulting Overwatch, okay? I get, you said you were watching someone play it yesterday and it was kind of fun to watch. I believe it's fun to watch in the same way. Hang on a second here. I'm getting a little chop. You know what? It's this is what happens in steampunk. We got to load a new coolant tank into the back of the dreadnought. I think the thing with Overwatch, when you watch it, when you play it, you're like, I'm doing this, I've always got something to do, here's where I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna, oh, and then we gotta get, guys, get back on the point, hey, Genji's behind us, he's going for a flank. When you watch it as a viewer, it's just, I'm firing my laser, watch out, Widowmaker's up there, anyway. It's just like it's a dopamine saturation. It's sensory overload. It's like watching an episode of Euphoria, I think. I've never seen it. Sorry, our commander has died. I was in the middle of doing my own joke. I'd like to apologize. Don't say Why are you breathing so loudly? I told you that in confidence as a way to irritate other streamers. I specifically told you not to use it against me. There's been an evolution. It used to, in the pre-sponsored stream days, you used to be able to annoy streamers by asking if something they were playing was sponsored when it clearly wasn't. If you want to get a streamer annoyed in 2023, you simply type in the chat, "Why are you breathing so loud?" I promise you, you should only use it when you really want to tick them off, okay? You shouldn't use it for malevolence. I know you're gonna, but that's okay. It's basically, yeah, I would say it's advanced trolling. That's a good way to describe it. I did the loud breathing thing in Malf's chat. I can confirm it works. Yeah, of course it works. It's just insulting. When you insult someone, they're going to get upset. I mean, you're just gaslighting someone. You're basically lying, which is why it feels so damn good. I don't know what I've done to make the cutscenes do this. Probably Alt tab back in. Alt tab back in. Is it because I got my fan on? Just give me a second. It's not on my HDD, it's on my solid state. This is what all TV shows used to sound like in like 1995 anyway. I've got to disable the 2K launcher. Honestly, if this goes down like this, a bike is exactly where I want to be. I've been training for this.
I can only hold this for 5 more seconds.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time I said that.
All local time threads are converging. There's nothing more we can do here.
It's a final time for some shut-eye.
Do you think they make big beds for the mechs? I guess you just, disembark.
By the time we realized what was happening, it was too late. We were at war.
Me with my friends, now once my friends find out that "Why are you breathing so loudly" came from my stream.
Residents chased from their homes. In their place, they erected military outposts that still watch us to this day.
Me when Pangea is separating. So true.
We even held down the
What would you do if you went out to hunter gather? Like maybe you were out getting like some yams or something like that, and then when you came back there was like a 6-inch gap between like where you were and where your family was. Would you jump the gap, or would you be one of the first humans on a new continent? You jump the chasm?
But they can't do it alone.
Yeah, me too, probably. I'd probably jump the chasm. What are you smoking?
And now,
Well, I don't know. For some people, they might be like, whoa, it's finally continental drift. What a great opportunity for a clean break. Those opportunities don't come up too often. Don't you listen to Eminem? This is the world map. This is our XCOM base layer, perhaps. I can do that. I'm a master of camera controls. Look at this thing right here. I could make it move to the left. I can make it move to the right. I can make it go down. I can make it go up. You think I need a tutorial for camera controls? It's your chair. That's why every movie has a cinematographer and a DP, and also a director of photography. It's that, you got to use the camera itself, but sometimes the best way to control the camera is to change what the camera sees. And now, thoughts on MATLAB? I had to, for my biology degree, I had to take 2 credits I guess like 1.5 credits in mathematics. You were mandated to take essentially the equivalent of calculus, Calc 1, Calc 2. And then you could take one more math class. I said, I'm not doing Calc 3 or whatever the next step is. So in my second year, I took a class called Biomath, which was math for biologists. It was a 500 level class when I was in second year. Not a good idea. I thought that it would be a little less mathy and a little more bio-y. Then like day one, they're like, we assume you all know how to use MATLAB. And I was like, no. And then they took us to the computer lab and they had us like trying to run simulations and stuff like that. And I'd never coded anything in my life at that time. I did not do well in that class, but I did get the credit. But it was an uphill battle, let's put it that way. That's how I learned about eigenvalues. That's how I learned about eigenvectors and the difference between them that I no longer remember. Could you explain those to me? The eigenvector is a value that represents a direction between 2 points. It's this. One of them is like a magnitude, and the other one is like a direction. Is something, and then you do like a matrix multiplication, and such as, and many U.S. Americans don't even have maps, and so on, such as South Africa and the Afghanistan. As we run, why don't you post up a shield in this direction? If we're not attacking, we might as well be shielding, and then throw in a little attack at the end. This is a little blocked, which is what you'll be in chat if you keep saying, why are you breathing so loudly? And you keep your movement up. Now, oh, this is just miserable. This is like, it's like trying to kill Sif the last gray wolf. Victory. All hostiles eliminated. Site is now under control. You're right. I'm writing it down in my moleskin right now. Wake up, honey. They combined Adobe Premiere with Battletech. Wake up, honey. They combined Sony Vegas with Pacific Rim. Wake up, honey. They combined... I saw your liked Morpheus tweet. Devs, don't listen. Sometimes we get a little vulgar. I thought that was a great tweet from Magresta. That was a picture of Morpheus in the dojo. Text of the tweet said, "You think that's cock you're sucking?" I think that's a funny tweet. I don't know the implications of it. Maybe they're just eating a hot dog. I had a great question to ask. What profession would you have had in medieval Greece? Well, see, now listen, you're making me upset. What do you mean medieval Greece? You're talking about classical Greece, which is like 1,500 years before the medieval era? Or are you talking about perhaps I'm in what is now modern day Greece in the Middle Ages, which I have to assume was probably Byzantium? I don't know. I would like to think maybe I could be a merchant or something like that. Maybe that's the highest I could possibly aspire to. I could be like a bead salesperson, or I could sell spices or something like that, or perhaps I could be involved in the minting of coins. That would probably, like 95% of the population, I would be tilling the fields. But I would allow myself to dream of being a member of the Merchants Guild, perhaps. They would turn your skull into a soup bowl? No, they wouldn't, because they wouldn't know I'm bald. Because there were no razors back then. So I would not be bald. I would simply have, like, George Costanza's hairline. I would be sporting, yeah, like a Larry David, Fraser Crane late season sort of drip right now. Is this XCOM Evangelion? I was going to make my stream title Robin Williams in 1 hour photo voice, Neon Genesis Evangelion.
What do you have there?
Evangelion.
Oh. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Wow. What does he do?
Well, he's a good guy, he can fly, and he has a silver sword that can kill bad guys.
But I was like, people are not going to get it. I don't think that many people saw 1 hour photo, which is a shame because it's a great movie. I saw it in theaters as maybe like a 13-year-old child. 1 hour photo is bad. Wrong? I think it's not amazing, but it's pretty good. That's how 1 hour photo is how I found out what the phrase cream your jeans means. Because both me and my friend independently saw the movie in theaters. We didn't see it together. And I was like, how did you like the movie? And he said, I was so scared I creamed my jeans. And I thought that meant he came in his pants. which it actually does, but we're gonna get there. So I said, oh, when there's during like the nudity, and he said no, because I was so scared. And I was like, do you mean like crap your pants? And he was like, yeah. And then honestly, he was a little higher than me on the coolness scale, so I didn't correct him because I didn't have the social capital to get away with it. But then for like a few years, I was confused. I was like, I guess cream your jeans means you're dropping some chocolate rosebuds in your underpants. Anyway, suit up. I'm making battle preparations with my squad. Danger. The enemies will be more challenging from here on. Complete objectives quickly and use cover to avoid taking damage. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Oh, use cover, but don't use buildings where people are in, because then they'll die. Okay. Why don't you keep moving the goalposts? Now I got a mandate to protect the citizenry? So you are assault rifle, handgun. This seems like a good place, IMO, to begin. Actually, we can pretty much begin attacking immediately. Please do not call them backshots. I know you said that backshots do double damage. We're not going to use that terminology. We're going to say impacts from... we're going to say posterior impact damage. Why? You should ask your parents when you get a little older, okay? Okay, we're going to approach them from the posterior. I mean, that doesn't sound right either, to be honest with you. Maybe you could cross over this way. Hang on, there's another mechanized infantry coming. Okay, I'm going to say for turn 1, that's good. It does, I feel like I'm playing Madden right now. Good shooting, kid. Right to the... Oh, no! 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 I ran into my mech and I dropped him in a damn gulch, dude. What's happening next? Well, I'll tell you what's happening next. Hostile mech, who is now running away, thus showing me the prime position to start nailing him with some back shots. We're going to drop an attack on you. This seems like a good one as well. I mean, they're not making it out of this. I could tell you that at a bare minimum. They didn't even make... we didn't even get a chance to shoot. Now we're just shooting, you know, critical infrastructure important for the resistance. All hostiles eliminated. Site is now under control. He doesn't know what backshots are? He's like 60 years old. Be nice. I'm not 60 years old. I'm 34. I was born in the 1980s. Barely in the 1980s, for that matter. That thunder is freaking me out, man. You know why? Because the game's made in Vancouver, so it's probably like Vancouver thunder, which is why it sounds more realistic to me. Something you might not know about Vancouver, by the way, it doesn't... we don't have thunderstorms very often. Anytime we have thunderstorms, r/Vancouver is just inundated with posts that are like, whoa! Did anybody hear that? Here's my exact GPS conditions. Did you guys hear a loud crash followed by a beam of light in the sky? And then, like, if you just refresh, there's like, you'll see thousands of posts flood on Reddit. I took a picture of the lightning! I took a picture of the lightning! I grew up in an area where it probably storms. In the summertime, it might storm once a month, once every 2 months. In Vancouver, it's like a once a year, once every few years sort of phenomenon. People are like, am I safe in a thunderstorm? Well, there's a follow-up question. Are you inside? Then you are safe. Are you outside? You're still probably safe. Are you holding a large metal rod in the middle of a field? Then you are probably not safe. Also, like, don't go swimming. But anyway. Kingston gets a lot of thunderstorms. Maybe one a month is an understatement. It might in the summertime it might be one every 2 weeks. Hey, Anel, I was driving today, trying to turn right at a red light, but there was an older gentleman slowly crossing the crosswalk. The car behind me slammed on his horn, then revved his engine and swerved around me and into the intersection. Made me think of you. Drives me crazy, man. Taxi drivers behind me trying to get me to commit vehicular manslaughter so they can get to the airport 3 milliseconds earlier. Reminds me when we were, like... We got our baggage at the airport, and then there was a lineup to, like, exit from the terminal. There were 2 lines, and we were in the right line. A woman came up to Kate and said, hey, can you move over a little bit? And then Kate moved over, and she said, can you move over a little bit more? And then she couldn't. The lady just gave her a look like, oh, so you're stupid, huh? And then pushed right between both of the lines all the way up to the front and just sidled into the flow. Like she did a zipper merge, but, you know, at a place where you're supposed to actually have some decorum. What did you do? Well, we said, like, some really fucked up stuff about her, not to her face. We eviscerated her in all ways. Her character, her perceived intelligence, how important she seems to think she is versus how unimportant she is in the whole scope of humanity. Not even like human history or the Earth's history or the history of the universe, but even like just the generation that she's a part of. Maybe I said something fucked up. Maybe I said something like, wow, she's sure in a hurry for somebody that I'm going to see on Burrard Street in 2 days walking at 1 mile an hour while looking at a 6-story building saying I've never seen anything that tall before in my entire life. Maybe I said something like that. Maybe I had traveled. I had been a little bit stressed out and burned out. Maybe I went too far. You're doing great. You're doing... Dude, we have so many pilots. I would even say we might have too many. Prediction for squad. Hard. All right. Understood. What about 21 pilots? Are you asking me if in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford, we ain't ever getting older? Something like that? That's not 21 pilots? Who's that? That's the Chainsmokers? Those are 2 different bands. I did not know that. What do 21 pilots do? Do they do the, wish I could turn back time to the good old days, ooh, when I'm out there put us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. I mean, here's the thing, they just strike me as an ironic band name. Like, what use is 21 pilots if you've only got 1 plane? It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. Can I tell you, by the way, you guys got one of my real-life friends in my G-Chat mentions telling me, hey, NL, well, he calls me Ryan, your fans want you to know that you can put Semtex in a briefcase and then leave the briefcase and then detonate the briefcase. I'm getting backseated in my real life now as a result of your actions. We did it, Chad. You know where I went last night? You're not going to get any extra credit for guessing, just to be honest, because it's a pretty easy one. Some might say it's the easiest. I did go to bed. I can't deny that. I did go to Costco. You're absolutely right. How did you know? What'd you get? 2 frozen pizzas, because that was the minimum number. Croissants. Pre-cooked chicken, kale salad mix. There's more. I forgot what else it was. Trust me, there was more, though. Have you seen the Korean rice dogs at Costco? I haven't, but I'll tell you, I think that they don't... the Canadian Costco is good, but it doesn't get the same breadth of product as the American Costco, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't true. But definitely, I mean, the Everett Costco in Washington was definitely, it had a greater bounty than the Vancouver Costcos, at least the ones I've been to so far. But I've obviously, you know, if we're going to go to 60 Costcos in 60 days, then we're going to see a lot more. But me, oh man, the 2% cash back plus the 1% cash back from using the Wealthsimple cash card. I mean, pretty soon they're going to be paying me to shop at Costco. Costco Visa will give you 2% cash back. That's where you're wrong, buddy. I know in the United States they have an exclusive partnership with Visa. which would be nice because that was who my good credit card is with to begin with. But in Canada, they have one with MasterCard. So we got the Costco MasterCard, but our PIN has not arrived in the mail yet. I don't even understand why the PIN is coming in the mail. I feel like the PIN should... we should set the PIN over the phone or over the internet when we activate it. But anyway, I'm not trying to, like, put the whole system on trial. It's just a little surprising to me that that's the way they chose to do it. As a Costco employee, it warms my heart to hear you talk about us. That's how you know, and listen, don't let chat get you down on this one. That's how you know Costco's doing the right thing. The employee said us.
Did the final mission yet?
I am playing Hitman.
We got the pin, so there's that.
We got the pin? The Costco pin? Let's go.
Costco pin.
Wonderful news. As we were just saying. Did you see the food theory about Costco? If anything that you're going to tell me that's on video, I've not seen it. If it's on YouTube, I don't watch YouTube. If you do, I'm very thankful for that. Don't get me wrong, but for me, it's too much like going to the office on like a day off from work. Like when I'm off from work, I don't want to be inundated with like, you know, the YouTube algorithm. It already controls too much of my life to begin with. Wait, is Food Theory the MatPat channel? Did you... Wait, hang on. Did you just ask me if I watched a MatPat video on Costco? What do you think I am, a Five Nights at Freddy's esports player? No, I'm a casual player. I'm not esports ready in Five Nights at Freddy's yet, but I have been working on it. Okay, I'm welcomed here. That's the first and most important thing. I would like to get inside of a closet or maybe a garbage place. A garbage place? You mean Ohio? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Never been. It does seem like a state that you can make fun of, though. Unless we're talking about college football, in which case they're above derision because the results speak for themselves. You're gonna play Dookey Dash? Is Dookey Dash the Bored Ape game? I have 17 Bored Apes. I know I said that I had like 5, but I recently chose to add some more to my collection. I mean, they're a blue chip asset. You can hold them for life. I mean, I have loaned them out, fractionally speaking, to celebrities to go on the Jimmy Kimmel show. So I don't know if I still... Like, can I use an... If I have like some Bored Apes on collateral, can I use them for Dookey Dash? Even if presently... I mean, because I have the... I don't know what I'm fucking talking about, honestly. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna shut up. I know a little bit about Bored Apes. I listen to Odd Lots with Tracy Alloway and Joe Weisenthal from time to time. Occasionally I do an in-between episodes on, you know, the glut of corn in the United States Treasury. They'll do an episode on a Bored Ape or something like that. You know what? Mancoin does matter a lot right now. Very good point. Especially because we just spent all of our money. All of our manny. Who's your favorite character from Modern Family? I know it's hard to choose when they're also humorous. Not Manny. But I was going to say Manny. The Asian baby? Are you talking about Lily? Cam and Mitchell's adopted daughter? Phil or Jay? Phil is the correct answer, in my opinion. He holds the whole show together. Jay's okay. I got nothing. I got nothing against him. I may eliminate 2 guards with a sniper on the way out. Now notice I said may. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to do it, because 1,000 man coin is not that big of a deal. The 3,000 we lost for hide and seek hurt me immensely, but we have to make sure it's safely doable, because the whole campaign is it hinges on this. It's 30% of your current net worth. Yeah, but like if you were completely, let's say your net worth was $1, if someone said like, hey, Just give me a second. This will work. This metaphor will work. If someone said, "Hey, will you eat my shit for $2?" Drop the briefcase, please. You would be like, "No, that's not worth it." And you'd be like, it's double your net worth, idiot." You know, you got to evaluate. Some things you evaluate relatively, and some things you evaluate absolutely. Now, some might say the metaphor is not apt. I would disagree. I personally would say it's probably the aptest. Use realistic gunfights mod? No shot. It's definitely never going to happen. Absolutely not. Let me take some concussive shaman powder. I'm stunned that I'm still alive, too. Don't get me wrong. Here's what I think we should do, okay? We got to do something like this. I think we got to go like this. He's going to be like, "What?" He's going to be like, "What?" What the fuck?
Command, we got a situation.
No patience whatsoever.
Who keeps leaving their weapons?
Zero patience, but you know what? Mission accomplished. Now, why do we do that? Listen, I wouldn't expect you to understand my... I'm like Dexter, okay? I have a dark passenger inside me that leads me to violence, okay? This was also, we could do an ill-advised snipe on the dude outside in the pagoda. Just wait for it. Take your time, funny man.
You are a part of said free world, right? So have you commies have they gotten to you? Oh, have they gotten to you too?
No, sir. We are a democracy, gentlemen.
What do you mean, just like America?
Never mind.
Now I retrieve my advanced sniper rifle. Ready to shoot a dude in the head at point blank range while Ave Maria plays. It's illegal? Yeah, no kidding. It's a sniper rifle. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Oh, just wait for it. What's that bulletproof wall? They only notice the impact. It's okay. Give him a second. He's gonna stay. Listen, it's just a rogue bullet. Ooh!
Never eliminated. Well done, 47.
Now that was freaking sick, dude. That was cool. And then we just do it again. Actually, oh. They've discovered me? This is a tough one. This isn't the room I want to be in. Close the doors, please.
Right there, I see him. He's
No, you did. I surrender. I surrender. Just wait for it. No! Oh, we were so close to the end of the campaign.
It rather appears that you ran out of luck.
I should have bolted. I should have bolted to my hotel room or something. The problem is I put all the dead bodies into the closet. I should realize I should always put one body in the closet and then leave a space so that I can go hide in there. When you snipe, guards will usually come to look for where the sniper came from. Even if it's silenced? How do they know? Like trigonometry? They are ballistics experts. So you know what I should do is I should shoot... oh, is that a legendary? I should shoot badly first. in from a position that I don't want to be in. And then I should move to the position that I want to be in and then shoot well. How's the S&P 500 doing today? Can I get exclamation point S&P in chat? I saw when I got finished with the Peloton ride, I saw we were 72 basis points down. I don't know why I say we. I guess Amazon's in the S&P 500. 54 basis points down. Looks like Warren Buffett's not getting the sausage McMuffin. There's going to be an egg McMuffin and a small Coke. Don't say Warren Buffett can suck me. I mean, I guess you know what? You can say it.
Looking good, buddy.
I wouldn't feel comfortable saying it, but you can say it. Because honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I don't want him to take me up on the offer. That was harder than when I was at Costco last night, and I texted my wife, what should I buy from the grocery store for dinner tonight? And she said, can you give me some salmon, but just a small one, please? Then catch me inside of a walk-in freezer looking at sides of Atlantic salmon. It's like $175 each. You gotta keep them inside of an igloo in order to preserve them. Small salmon, I can't. You didn't see Melon Man, okay? My wife asking me if I could get her some apple juice at Costco. I look at it, they got a pallet of apple juice. 18 1-liter juice boxes. I'm like, we don't have space for this. Are you crazy? What am I going to do with this? Apple juice kind of sucks. I mean, that's where you're wrong. We've been down this road a few times before. I very much dispute the idea that orange juice is for adults and apple juice is only for kids. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, we're basically making more work for the librarian right now because we've been down this road like so many times. But orange juice is good, except... Oh, don't drop that. Well, actually, that's fine. The, like, store-bought Tropicana is, like, horrendous. It's just like you're drinking acid, essentially. It tastes like you cracked open a battery into your mouth. But then, for some reason, like, 200 million people in the United States of America, and Canada, and maybe worldwide, but I wouldn't know, are like, ooh, I can't start my morning without it. It just doesn't feel right if I don't have OJ in the morning. Apple juice, like fresh orange juice is probably better than fresh apple juice. But store-bought apple juice, much better. Oh, that's my net worth. Store-bought apple juice, I would much rather drink than store-bought orange juice. It's not even a contest.
I'll be in touch when you reach your destination.
Best store-bought juice, in my opinion, cranberry. I don't really buy juice to begin with, but absolutely, I would go crazy for some store-bought cranberry juice. At least it's got some flavor. And I do like a grapefruit juice too, but I understand that is not helping. I'm never gonna beat the I'm 60 years old allegations. But I burned my mouth on that frozen pizza last night, so I was thinking maybe I'll have some today, but then I was like, nah, man, nah. I can still feel it's a little bit. There's a little bit of like.
We now know the leader's current location.
Burned matter on my soft palate.
As we don't know the exact description, this means you will have to do.
Let me get this straight. You burned your mouth on a frozen pizza? You don't let.
They are here for an exchange.
I warmed it up first in the oven. This is my favorite way to do these missions. As long as they don't show up at exactly the same time, we got nothing to worry about. You lose 1,000 per wrong on these. Doesn't bother me at all. Hello, ladies.
You need to hurry. The target is trying to escape. The leader is eliminated. Well done.
Hello, ma'am.
You should get back to the safe house. I'll contact you later.
And I'm gone. Why'd you shoot the last one? Dude, she was gonna narc on me. I didn't have any choice. You just spent 5K doing a mission worth 500 though? It's not real money. It's nothing. It's digital money that's even fake, more fake than the digital money that actually exists in our world. This is why I never got top 5 in the Isaac leaderboards. But you know what's funny is you're saying it like it's a bad thing. Would you have still watched the dailies if we spent... listen, I think it's actually impressive to learn how to min-max in the Isaac dailies and then come in 17th place because there's 16 hackers above you. But I watch Corey do it from time to time. A daily sometimes took like 2.5 hours and you get like you get the D20 and then is it cracked dice, the trinket that allows you to get a random dice effect when you get hit. Then you just create like an infinite amount of consumables on the ground and like hurt yourself and then they re-roll into, I can't even remember what the high value stuff is. Anyway, it's not great. Dudes be like, you lost money on that mission, meanwhile they buy Hogwarts Legacy? Listen, I don't know if that's true, but... Can I say something, by the way? I saw the leaked screenshots of the Suicide Squad game that everyone's going around and dunking on. And everyone's like, this game looks like shit. This game looks like a fucking disaster. This game looks so fucking bad. Anytime I watch anybody on Twitch that I'm not friends with, they're playing a game that looks exactly like that. When did you guys decide that you were over the live service game where like, oh, I've been grinding for 6 hours, but it's all worth it because now Harley Quinn's hammer does +2 shock damage against enemies who are wearing green hats. I thought that was what everyone went crazy for. Dudes be like, you lost money on this mission while they spend money on peanuts? Are you talking about the Charles Schultz peanuts or are you talking about the legume? Because, I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I love both of them. I love to eat a peanut, and I love to read the peanut stories and watch the TV specials with the do 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 do, and then they go like do 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 do. Which Peanuts character do you most identify with? Who's the kid who's so dirty a cloud of dirt and flies follow him everywhere he goes? Pigpen, right. Or as they call him in the new woke edition of Peanuts, Bill, which is his birth name. Shit drives me crazy. Can't even meet a dude once for the first time and he smells a little bad and then be like, oh, that's Stinky. For the rest of it, you'll be like 75 years old, be at his funeral, and you'll be like, Stinky was a good man. Sure, he did stink a little bit. That notwithstanding. Anyway, so I'm thinking I might become like I might main the Suicide Squad game when it comes out. What do you think? You think that would be positive for my channel? There has never been an easier target than this. Even our weapon is not illegal. I mean, like, that's a... It's one of the biggest gimmies I've ever seen in my entire life. Views would go down by like 75%. But imagine what the comments would be like. The comments would be so much better because they would all be like, no! You left a boomerang for Captain Boomerang back there that does +6% damage when you're wearing purple boots, which is the kind of boots that you have on right now. And then I'd be like, I'm not even Captain Boomerang. They'd be like, yeah, but you could go to the trade marketplace on the social tab of the... No, not that social tab, the other social tab, and you could put them up there and get some suicide coin, which you could use to get +1.2% freeze damage against Joker minions. We got that Zaza in Colorado. They got are more than 50% of states legalized now? because it's becoming like in Vancouver, it went from like when it was gray market, every single illegal weed shop, which opened like brazenly right in the face of law enforcement, which who cares, was called like, you know, Budzilla's Palace. And there would be like a T-Rex, like a dank green T-Rex, like with red eyes as a logo. And now they're all called like the Cannabis Cabana. And they're all built like an Apple store, except you can't look inside because that's probably illegal. As soon as they legalized it, it all became upscale, and you know the edges got rounded off. But I always laugh when we drive into Washington, and like right over the border, there's like a store that's like, you can buy legal weed here, and I'm like, I know. If I wanted to, I could buy legal weed where I live already. They probably invested money into lobbying to keep it illegal in Canada. They're like, our competitive advantage in business just completely fell apart. Dentist appointment today? Chib, I know as a childless millennial Gen Z, you're like, oh, dentist appointment sucks so much. As someone with one child who's at daycare right now, you know what I wouldn't give to be able to sit in a chair and just slowly have my corneas melted by that bright light for 45 minutes, have my gums scraped with a hook, have someone actually take care of me, have someone ask me a question, how does that feel? Are you doing okay? You know what that would be like for me? That would be a refreshing change of pace, Chibley. So why don't you just shut up and get in the chair, okay? Are you okay? Don't ask me this question. I didn't need you to reply. Good time for Superman. With the sun into the sky. Hey, Anel, thoughts on being rude to friends who have a phobia of dentists? Excuse me. Chib said, I don't mind going to the dentist. It's kind of relaxing. Ergo, I don't need to apologize. Can I tell you something that's so fucked up, you're probably gonna start to cry? In the streamer Discord, Mathas added me while I was on vacation. He added me. Here's what the message said. It said, all those years of programming school, and I just got ChatGPT to do it for me. And then it was like a screenshot of him asking ChatGPT-3 to code an enemy moving back and forth in a 2D game. It's the most condescending message I've ever received in my entire life. It wasn't all those years of coding school, for one. I took one class a semester at night. It was one lecture plus lab a week. It was free, okay? And then on top of that, sure, you got the code. Let me see you set up an appropriate file structure in Unity to actually do it, okay? No, it's fine. I see you got the code there. Why don't you go figure out how to put it in Unity and attach it to a sprite that's attached to a rigid body that then starts moving around, and then you can actually... GPT-3 can do that? No, it can't. It can't even do 2 + 2 = 4. I saw the viral clips. It's like the first thing you learn to do. It's not the first thing you learn to do is like open BlueJ. And then you're like, what the hell is BlueJ? Well, it's like they don't trust you to figure out how to like install Eclipse properly, so they have you using like a little, like a student Java IDE. Holy cow, that's a long message. Okay, so I need silent takedowns, okay? So I'm sorry to do this, but had to be done. And then I'm very sorry to do this. We got to do that.
Hey, you, go.
This is a problem. No witnesses allowed. No, I'm sorry. There's no witnesses allowed. I'm going in. How could there be more witnesses? Probably because they're telling each other. That's not fair. They didn't witness. If someone told you they witnessed something, you're not a witness. That's hearsay. It's inadmissible in a court of law. It is kind of crazy that, like, I don't know how to get around this map. And this is like, I mean, this has been in the game for 17 years. No witnesses is not going to happen.
You're the curator's research aide, right?
Let me guess. You want to know about the medical trial?
Please come to the hospital entrance.
True. The guys had a mood
A doctor
altering
will escort you to your chamber.
We got to go off, man.
So how does it work?
Mr. Jason Paul.
Don't move. You can't.
The apple doesn't knock him out.
Will escort you to
Hang on. Hey, get off of the uneven surface. No. You don't get to run away from me. Okay, you're lucky. It's pretty good, though. We completed our prestige objective, which is absurd. Cosmetic unlock for mission control. Smells of Asia. No comments. All I'm thinking about is the fish restaurant that was next to my apartment when I lived in Korea. On those hot July days. That really takes me back. What's the worst kind of restaurant to smell bad? It's got to be a sushi restaurant, right? Poo? Like, that's not... It's not really what I asked. I don't mean like it smells the worst. I mean like what kind of food... What kind of food makes you feel like this is going to be... It's going to make me sick if it smells bad? He's right, it's poo. Poo, I can't. It's gotta be seafood, right? A shit restaurant? Chibli, what the hell is wrong with you? I did go on r/Costco. People on r/Costco. Here's the sanest post I saw. Hey, does anybody else feel like the rotisserie chickens have tasted like chlorine recently? Worst part about it is that several people replied yes. They sell them at a deficit. So technically, we have many Costco employees. I don't know if they're called maybe Costco family. Viewers that work at Costco. Oh my God! I know that because 2 of them recognized me when I was in the Everett Costco. What I read on the subreddit, at least, was that actually they make 1 cent per chicken sold. So if they sold out of their chickens every single day, they would actually make the smallest amount of money possible. But if they ever have to throw any away, it is a loss leader. I mean, it is nuts. A rotisserie chicken at Costco, I checked yesterday, is $5.99 Canadian. $6 for a whole chicken. I know most people watching this don't live in Canada. You can't buy shit for $6 anymore. To get a whole chicken for that price is actually madness. They're $4.99 in the U.S. Honestly, that tracks. That tracks. At Save-On, it's $15. I know, same. Like, go to. I mean, I wouldn't even deign to think I'm worthy of buying a rotisserie chicken at Whole Foods, but I got to imagine it's $15. It's got to be some of the cheapest protein that money can buy. And I'm not saying it's the best quality chicken you can get, but it's like, I mean, it's chicken. It's not like you're eating like, canned Vienna sausages or something. Like it's not even close. What do you mean it's not even close? $5.99 for an entire, $5.99 Canadian for an entire chicken? It's unbelievably cheap. It's insane value. I'm losing it. People are saying it's pretty good. What do you mean it's pretty good? It's the cheapest chicken you could possibly get. You're acting like you're new to Costco? You're acting like you're old and jaded, you piece. You could roast it yourself. The non-rotisserie chickens, like the non-cooked ones, are more expensive. I'm still losing it that people are not appreciative of the rotisserie chicken. Now, mind you, I did not buy one. That's because my wife does not like the rotisserie chickens. Excuse me, sir. I feel like if I were a bachelor, that's all I would eat. Is it because of the chlorine? She's just, I mean, I feel like if you didn't maybe grow up with the rotisserie chicken, maybe you don't have the same sort of affinity for it that I do. I grew up, you know, eating Swiss Chalet and
Take it easy, man.
Saint Hubert and so on and so forth, and such as, hang on, I'm just going to emetic you, if I can. You have to put the chicken on the croissant. I am feeling like, well, do not take this outfit. I am feeling like, I know this goes against the Costco ethos, but I did find myself at Costco last night wishing that they offered smaller versions of some of the products. Because, I mean, I bought croissants because my baby loves croissants. I'll eat some croissants for breakfast with her, that's no problem. But there's 16 of them. I'm not complaining about the price. The price is like $5.99, $4.99. It's like 30 cents a croissant. But like, I can't eat this all before it goes bad. Sure, once it's like past when it's best, I could give her some because she doesn't have the most discerning palate on the planet, but you could freeze them? I do need to clear, like I need to clear out our freezer to fully take advantage of the Costco experience. You could buy a freezer from Costco? Yeah, but then you buy a freezer from Costco, then I'm going to need a freaking house in order to put the freezer in. Then I'm buying a house at Costco. I'm getting my mortgage from the bank of Costco. I'm getting my insurance from the Costco. But then I'm getting 2% back. And if we could pay down some points, maybe you could get like a 1.75% mortgage. You get 2% cash back on your mortgage. They're paying you to live in the motherfucking house? This place is crazy, man. You're right. Before you know it, I'm buying a Costco at Costco. Put the mortgage on my Wealth Simple Cash card. I'm making 2% on my own house. Yeah, go investigate. Good idea.
Ah, crap, not again.
Oh, crap. I got to get home to my wife and... Oh! Excuse me?
Excellent work, 47.
Okay, honestly, you're just collateral damage. I'm sorry. It shouldn't have gone down like that. I don't know how he didn't get stealth killed, but then you became collateral damage. I'm sorry. I didn't want it to go down like that. Should have played dumb. But you wanted to be Employee of the Month. Well, let me know what the benefits are. Let me know what kind of benefits you get. Let me know what kind of health insurance they give you when you work in heaven, because that's where you are right now, because you seem like a nice person. That's why 100... Oh my god, the okay emote, dude. That's why 1,000%, if I ever worked as a security guard, I didn't see anything. In all circumstances, I saw nothing. Must have been the wind. Just memorize that phrase. If you're ever working as a security guard, memorize the phrase, must have been the wind. It's not a bit, that's actually how security guards act.
Security detail at a stage.
Well, let's overhear this conversation. Let's find out. You know what'd be sick? Hang on. I didn't think this was going to work. But on the other hand, maybe just some quick nitroglycerin. He did not die, so we're going to throw an explosive baseball in there real quick. Oh, fuck. Chill. Put your piece away, Walter.
JHQ Delta 49er. We are on top of things as it stands. But you should send more guys if the situation escalates. Over.
Just wait for it. He's coming over. Just wait for him. Then put the lethal poison vial in his mouth. Why are you bullying this guy? What do you mean bullying him? I'm not bullying him. He's my target. He's probably done some bad stuff. If you use the sedative gun, he'll die. Source, dude, just trust me. I can't. I'm sorry, sir. All right, yoink.
Syndicate member eliminated. Well done.
Most competent security force on the planet? Why not poison vial? Well, you can't just put the vial in his mouth and then force him to bite down, right? You gotta like, you gotta poison some food and then pray that he gets peckish. You could use it as a suppository. Well, I could, but that's just because my colon's never been the same ever since the 3-week foodborne illness situation, and then also after that, like a course of gut flora destroying antibiotics. That's me. I would say I'm a trapsmith. Yeah, I would consider myself. I modeled my Hitman style after Jigsaw. I like to set some sort of devilish trap. I like to set up some devilish traps. Like, for example, somebody's on keto, but I have their hands handcuffed behind their back, and the only way that they can get the key for the handcuffs is I've hid the key inside of a banana. So they have to ingest, probably, like, if I had to guess, like 20 grams of carbohydrates in order to get the handcuff key. And they're sitting there, fuck, I don't want to do it. Oh, I only recently slipped into ketoacidosis. Oh, I'm gonna have to go through the bonking the wall again. Steve-O, it's fucking sick, dude. So most of them just choose to punch their own ticket, honestly. Friggin' banana. It's getting better, really? It's a friggin' banana, dude. No? Much worse? All right. 20 grams of carbs in a banana? That seems right to me. Banana's probably like 80 calories. On a macronutrient level, it's got to be like 100% carbohydrates, like, and trace elements of protein and fat. It's gotta be 20. Look at that, 27 grams of carbohydrates. Eat shit. That's fuck you. I didn't make a judgment about whether that's a lot or a little. All I said was the number. Your ass was like, in what world does a banana have 20 grams of carbohydrates? Look at that. 112 calories, 29 grams of carbohydrates. Oh, I meant, actually, fuck you. No, you didn't. You know what you meant. Eat shit feels like an overreaction. You don't even, it's what's so fucked up about it. You can hit me with pseudonymous attacks each and every single day. You can say, hey, idiot, you must be stupid to think that a banana could have 20 grams of carbohydrates in it. And then somebody goes, boop, 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 Chat GPT-3, how many grams of carbohydrates are in an apple and then are in a banana? And then Chat GPT-3 is like, you can be thrown in federal prison for having 0.5 grams of cocaine on your person. And you go, they see? And then if I respond in kind, I'm the jerk. What, dude, give me some space, lady. You don't have glasses? Your ass is non-sussed? Now you. Cool hat. Oh, dude. Nice. Hey. 2006 called. They want their hat back. Oh, man. Anyway, you're my prime suspect for now. But I gotta see. Are you tattooed? Oh, madame. You wore that hat? I know, I was alive in 2006 too. It's not calling me out about my hats. I'm not saying that the hats I wore in 2010 were cool hats. They were uncool hats. They were possibly acceptable. Not cool, but acceptable at the time. Like nobody would look you up and down in a weird way for wearing it outside. But that's just because it was a different time. If you wore them outside now, people would be like, why is that guy wearing that hat? Holy cow, it's like being back at Disneyland. By the way, I don't take offense to it. I think you're right. I know I said it yesterday and I stand by it today. You must be a lookout. I don't think it's possible for me to look cool. I can look better or worse. I can look more or less appropriate for a situation. But I don't think there's ever been a photo I've ever been in where I've been like, I look cool. Hang on. Which is fine. Not every guy can be cool. Your wife thinks you're cool. What else do you need? You're not married, are you?
Shifty.
What do you mean shifty? I opened up a case and took out some magnesium powder. That's shifty now? Oh, this is where I do some of my best work. I was just gonna push him off just to prove it. Lookout nearby. Are you one of the primed suspects? Yes, you are. You just reminded me I need to take my magnesium pills. Everybody, wait a minute. Okay, I was gonna say everybody point and laugh. That's not what I mean. What I was gonna say is let's lightly rib someone in chat for not being able to get enough ambient magnesium from their day-to-day activities and diet. So they need supplementation, which really there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just lighthearted ribbing. I'm not insulting a person for having a medical problem. It's just a joke between friends. Hello. What's he gonna do?
Darling.
Okay, well.
Target is onto you and is trying to get away.
Who am I going after? First, this guy. Oh, they're both in the same spot. They're both in the same spot. This is a dream come true. Oh, there's a few guards, though. I'm dead. It's already over.
Return to the safe house. Collectors. I'll be in touch.
My legendary SMG.
How unfortunate. It rather appears that you ran out of luck.
They got you. They got you. I didn't know where I could shoot him from, man. I didn't take anything that caused like an accident. Why? They were running. Use propane or fire extinguisher. Alt tab, Hitman wiki, location of propane tank, Dubai. Steam powered. Hang on, better Twitch TV emote suggestion from Macros, VIP. Your VIP status is on the line. Okay, I'll add that. I will add flashbang. I think it's cute. Careful though, I only have like 171 emote slots still available. I'm looking at what came out on Steam. Stickman Trenches, a World War I action game. Octopath Traveler 2, that could be good. What is that, like 7 or 8 hours long? A sex slave's love story. What the fuck is wrong with sexual content, nudity, mature, hentai? A girl named Qian Jang Jang with a unique identity and status. Follow her struggles to live and fight for her love in a modern fantasy world where the country is controlled by 5 major corporations. Excuse me, they're called Fang stocks? I'm glad I don't have display capture up. Let's put it that way. /marker. Please read the reviews. Sorry. We're back. Super Auto Pets. No, I'm not going to read the reviews of the game that I can't say the name of that we just found on Steam. But that's, I don't know why she swallowed a fly. I guess she'll die. I can't read the reviews because just saying the name of the game will lead to this video being demonetized, okay? Roll me. Oh my god, it's over. By the way, we're playing Super Auto Pets. Be like a famous bit. What do you think is the most famous bit of all time? You think it's who's on first? We're all friends here, right? Can we admit that who's on first is not even mid? It's worse than mid. -2. It's so good. Like literally, what are you talking about? The joke is that the guy's name is who, so it's confusing. That's like Mike Myers circa Goldmember comedy. Yes, it's hilarious. It's in the delivery. You know, you can listen to like a song that came out in... Well, you could listen to something that Beethoven composed 400 years ago. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know when Beethoven lived. And you could appreciate it. You could look at a painting Pablo Picasso painted in the Middle Ages, and you could say, I appreciate the artistry. But comedy it's got to be one of the least timeless art forms out there. Like comedy is dated a year after it comes in the modern era, even more so. Like when a meme comes out, it's old by the time you see it for the first time. You could be like, hey, check out this meme. Someone will look you dead in the face and be like, oh yeah, I saw that this morning. Where they give you a little scowl. They go like, oh yeah, The Hangover? Yeah, it's pretty good for like an old movie, I guess. There are hilarious Roman and Greek plays. Okay, I'm excited. I've never had an Athenian in my chat before. I would like to say big ups to Sophocles. Everybody welcome Sophocles, to the writer of the classic Greek tragedies. Of course, there's Oedipus Rex, Antigone. I'm gonna guess that the other I did take a classics class at one point when I didn't know what to do with my life. I believe that the third classic Greek tragedy from Sophocles is called Saturnalia, but I might be mistaken. It's Lysistrata! Bro, how many times can I make that mistake? Lysistrata! I watched Ben-Hur recently. I'm gonna say something controversial. I don't think that there is... I think the first good movie came out... If I had to put an age on it, I'm going to say probably 1965. I think before 1965, there were no good movies. And what's crazy is that every year, it goes one ahead. So enjoy it, because next year is 1966. And then 1967, and so on and so forth. Bro hasn't seen Duck Soup? Listen, you piece of crap. I have seen Duck Soup. Duck Soup is kind of like, it in many ways is the inspiration for this bit. Bro, you wouldn't believe it. He pretends to be the other guy's reflection in the mirror. It's not subversive. You're not an intellectual. He's just a duck. Gone with the Wind? More like Gone with the mid. Gone with the mild. Something in there will work. You just gotta let it happen. Holy cow, we won. Dr. Zhivago. Dr. Shit Vago. Okay. Dr. Strangelove, how I learned to stop worrying and love the bomb. Dr. Sucklove, and how I learned to stop watching movies that aren't very good because they came out a long time ago, unlike good movies like Jurassic Park and The Hangover 2. Vertigo? Yeah, like I get vertigo when my high expectations come down to earth from watching that bad movie that I've never seen, admittedly. Anyway, that's all I got. Okay, 2001: A Space Odyssey. I actually think that movie that's a good one. I don't know if I'm the first person to notice that 2001: A Space Odyssey is pretty good. I'd like to apologize to Honeyballs. That's from 1968, though. I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts, then. They should make a movie called 2001: A Space Odyssey now in 2023. You know what? It could be the sequel to Jonah Hill's mid-90s. Just a bunch of people wearing bucket hats and listening to Limp Bizkit. 2001: A Space Odyssey, but it's just about the making of the best movie of 2001, Ben Stiller's Zoolander. You know what? I was thinking about this in bed the other day. And this is not a meme. I genuinely think I might have the most cursed hair history of any human being on the planet. Born bald, huge head. Photos of me as like 1-year-old. I actually have like a Three Stooges hairline. Like I have like the Vegeta triangle like baked into my head. Like it's not like my hairline started like this and then receded. Like it started like that. My mom made me grow a mullet. I had like curly blonde / brown hair as a little kid. I was sporting a mullet circa Billy Ray Cyrus, Achy Breaky Heart era. I said, Mom, one day I was like, I don't want this mullet anymore. I'm going to start doing my own hair. At this point, we've reached the mid to late 90s. Immediately pivoted to the Lance Bass, the ski jump. normal hair cut somewhat short here, bangs flipped up like an idiot. But I did, again, with this hairline, it wasn't even like an appropriate Lance Bass. It was more like a alfalfa from the Little Rascals. Rocked that for 9 years, something like that. Then finally wore my hair down, like as down as short hair could be. And I was like, holy, it's like the only time in my entire life I was ever complimented about my hair. 3 months after I started doing that, people started saying, hey, did you know you're going bald? Shaved my head like less than a year later. That's the first 20 years of my hair on Earth. And then it's not like we're just in the long epilogue right now. There was never an extended period of good hair. Anyway, hope you guys are doing okay. How would you style your hair if you had it today? I don't know, I'd probably shave it, honestly. I'm happy bald. It's low maintenance. I'm low maintenance, relatively speaking, as long as I get my Costco trips in. Having facial hair is the cheat code to baldness. Yeah, but it's so, like, annoying. Like, I don't mind the way that I look with a little bit of a beard, but it's just, like, it's so scratchy, man. And then I hate shaving a beard, too, because you gotta, like, if you've never done a beard, you would think that maybe you just shave your entire neck up to, like, your jaw, but that's not the way that it works. You have to, like, imagine like a line that comes down from the edges of your jaw and sort of makes like a semicircle. If you actually trimmed it like all the way up to your jaw, you would, it's hard for me to explain, but you would look like a complete idiot. You gotta, yeah, I've also heard you can make like a double chin and then you just shave up to the double chin. And then you gotta like make, you're like, oh, do the lines even? I don't know if the lines are even. Like, it's just so much easier to just trim the whole thing up instead. You could just keep the neck beard. You could. This is the strongest team I've ever seen in my life. I wish you nothing but the worst. May God have mercy on your soul. No joke, I just opened Facebook and got a video telling me how to shape my beard. Yeah, like like they're not even pretending that they're not spying on us anymore. Like literally, I know this is like the stupidest thing in the world, but I swear it's true. Try to watch Twitch on Chrome. It's like 160p, right? 1 frame per minute. I open Edge and I keep the Chrome Twitch window open, and then it goes, hey everybody, welcome back to the stream today. I'm excited to be playing Suicide Squad. But yeah, you know, I thought the game looked pretty mid, but actually I'm having a good time. Like, there's something going on there that I don't fully understand. I'm not that baked into the hardware side of computing, but I guess this might even be software. But either way, when I open Edge, it opens on like MSN.com or something like that, and it's always like literally what I talked about on the stream is like they're pretending it's news. So like when I open up MS, it doesn't matter what the actual big news story of the day is. The thing that it puts in the carousel is always like, markets dipped on cooling inflation. Markets rose on cooling inflation. Markets baked in a little expectation of the Dow Jones was down 37 points today. I'm like, that's not news. That's noise, man. And it actually, there is a lot of Costco. I know you're memeing a little, or maybe you're not, but there is genuinely a lot of, like I'll open it up and it'll be like top 10 Costco life hacks. And I'm like, I gotta click on that shit for sure. Now this is not winnable. Unless, oh, maybe it's winnable. Oh. Ooh. I love democracy. It's a 10-piece. Great Doberman pivot into 10-piece is very satisfying. I know how you feel. Whenever I go to a search engine, it just says, it autofills Jarvis, please show me this guy's balls. Yeah. It's... Ever since the Apple privacy changes, I don't even know what that means. Something to do with Facebook? It could be like a big ab. Like imagine if you just had one big ab. That'd be something. I have no banter at all stored up. Unless you want to hear more Costco banter. Like, I love the store, but I will say I do feel like it has the I don't want to get my membership taken away, so I'm choosing my words appropriately. It has the worst cart etiquette of any grocery store. The carts are big, the aisles are not particularly huge, and they're always busy. So people, they do not take the necessary steps with their cart that they need to take, which is, namely, under no circumstances should you ever be leaving your cart in a lane where people need to move. If you're walking, that's fine. You know, you're going to get in people's way. People are going to get in your way. But people will, like, walk and then be like, I see a frozen pizza that I want, and they'll, like, Akira their shopping cart, like, diagonally across the aisle, so you can't even get by. And can I tell you something that might even... I mean, I don't want to say it because I think that it's not going to be popular, but I'm going to say it. I think it's possible the free samples are doing more harm than good. Because, now, did I sample some yesterday? Yeah. Did I try some double cream brie? Yeah. Did I get my daughter a fruit roll-up and then, or a fruit by the foot free sample, and then she thought it was a vegetable, so she gave it to me, and then I ate it, and then I said, I can't eat these anymore. I don't have enough enamel on my teeth to keep them from sticking to my teeth. Yeah. I also felt very bad because there was a free sample section where nobody was patronizing it at all, and I said, oh my God, unfettered access to free samples. This is my dream come true. I wonder why. I looked in, ramekins full of chickpeas, just chickpeas. No seasoning, no sauce. It wasn't hummus. They weren't fried. It was literally just like, here's what chickpeas taste like. And I was like, I took one and I was like, But in my head, I was like, I already knew what that was going to be like. But the samples, we're going buy sell, by the way. I should have done it a little earlier. But the samples are nice in theory, but they cause a huge problem because as soon as people get word that the samples are coming out, they start to clog up the damn area around the sample, which then and then people like, oh, there's no space around the sample area anymore. So then they like start to hover around like the other side, and it's just clogging the whole thing up for everybody. What do you suggest? Shooting the sample enjoyers? That was not my... Well, then again, I did... Listen, let's talk about it first. Let's not jump to conclusions. The thing is, I don't want to resort to violence, but I also don't think it's fair that I should lose out on free samples as someone that has decorum and manners and etiquette. Just because some other people are like, oh, dude, a 1 centimeter square piece of pizza. Can I get a corner? Executive members get to cut the line? Well... Or how about like a part of the store that's only for executive members? Like a VIP lounge or like a champagne room or something? It could just be an exact model of the store that has the... Oh, yeah, dude, a fast pass. No, Genie Plus, dude. You could be like, with your Costco app, you could be like, I would like to go to the milk section. In 15 minutes, they would be like, okay, you're booked. Then you have to scan, and then big security doors go like... Like this opening of a Mystery Science Theater 3000 movie. That could be fun. Canucks just made a trade. Kate, we have Canucks Trade Watch. Who did they trade? They traded with the Detroit Red Wings. What did they get and what did they give up? First round and second round pick to the Wings for Philip Pronik. They traded the first round pick they got in the Bo Horvat trade. We're ass. Why would you, when you're ass, why would you trade a first round draft pick? We got to bottom out, man. The Canucks have been taken... Like, the general manager has gotten so much positivity this week. People are like, he's doing amazing. We're stockpiling draft picks. What the hell did he do that for? I mean, listen, I'm not an NHL general manager. Can some Detroit Red Wings fans tell me how good Philip Hronik is. I mean, giving up a second, too, is kind of crazy. A fourth? Oh, my God. Get me out of here, man. A fourth? He's a really good... I mean, we do have horrible defense. I understand the need for a defenseman, but, like, not like this. Hold on. Buy-sell. The rumors of Buy-sell's death are greatly exaggerated. Lost your 2023 second. I don't even need to go to r/Canucks. I could already tell you it's on fire right now. That's... Just, listen, I don't know, maybe I'll regret, like, people are notoriously bad at actually, like, evaluating trades, myself included. Like, I'm the idiot who was like, when Montreal had Halak and Carey Price, I was like, bro, they gotta trade Carey Price. Halak is the future. But that being said, like, it's just kind of crazy to me that they would... Why can't you just let us, like, be ass and stockpile draft picks and let them season for, like, a few years? The Canucks subreddit is loving the move? All right, well, that's where I get all my info from, so I take it all back. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to threaten not to renew our quarter season tickets. And then I'm just going to renew them anyway because I like going to the games. But I'm going to be like, Mr. Aquilini, you know, season ticket renewal's coming up soon, and you've got me second guessing my where my priorities lie. And then it's I'll be, quick, maybe we could get a seat that's a little bit closer to the center, so we don't have to look over the stanchion whenever the play is crossing the red line. Who's the best player on the Canucks lineup right now? It's not even close. Elias Pettersson. He's a elite NHL level talent. Not the best player in the league, but extremely good. Quinn Hughes, also a very good defenseman. Could be a number one on many teams in the league. Definitely a number one on ours. Everybody else on the team, pack your bags. Get out of my city. Who's the worst player? Well, we just traded Riley Stillman. This season, there have been players on the team where when I see news about them, I'm like, oh, I forgot you were on our team. Like, I didn't even know, I forgot that we had Dermott. I remember that we acquired him at some point, and then I saw him in a stat line because when the Bruins goalie scored on us, there was a post that was like, now the Bruins goalie has scored more goals than these people in the NHL this season. And one of them was Dermott. And I was like, oh, right, I forgot we had that guy. Apparently, I'm not the only person who thinks he's been invisible this year. As a Flames fan, I'm ready to trade literally anybody on the entire roster. I hear you. I feel bad because, like, I love when the Canucks and the Flames are both half decent so we can hate each other. But now, like, I mean, I actually, more than anything else, I feel bad for Calgary because they should be good, or at least better than they are. We're supposed to be ass, and we're ass. So, like, we don't need any sympathy, except for our management, I guess. But the Flames is like, you guys should... You should be good. And I want to, like, revel in that, but instead I just feel bad. Because I'm like, man, if it was my team, I'd be annoyed. This is not going to be this is going to be a 10-piece. Please take Markstrom back. He's ass. He was actually so good for us. It's crazy to me that he's anus now. I loved when Jacob Markstrom was on our team. Defense constantly left him out to dry. I remember there was one overtime where the St. Louis Blues got a 3-on-0, and literally the players just came up to the goalie and went like, tack, 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 score. Like there was nothing he could do. And there was another one where the defense gave up a breakaway in overtime, and Markstrom skated out to challenge the shooter. He went like all the way out to the face-off dot, and they just deked around him and scored. And then he just skated off the ice. And watching it at home, I was like, I don't know, what do you want him to do? He did what he could. We traded Patrick Kane, who's our only offense. Yeah, but like it's good because you're supposed to be ass. Like Chicago, they've committed to the tank. It's smart. If the Canucks trade is driving me crazy just because like it seemed like everybody was on the same page that it's like this is the year where we're just gonna be like we've already done the work. We're already ass. We're already ass, dude. Who made this? Jim Benning? More like Fred Fox. But like it's not like we're like trying to cling on to like goodness. Like we already went through the shit. We're ass. So why don't you just let us get some upside for being ass instead of trying to like, get one more breath of oxygen before the quicksand sucks us under. Why is it good to be ass? Well, like because you get draft picks based on how ass you are. The more ass you are, the higher your draft pick is going to be, which statistically means you're more likely to get a very good player that could one day make you not be ass. The best thing to be is good. The second best thing to be is the worst. And the absolute worst thing to be is just in the middle. Like a team that barely makes the playoffs or barely misses the playoffs, so they don't get a good draft position and they have no chance at making any noise in the playoffs. AKA the Flyers? Nope, they're ass. They're in the muck with us. The Wild? Sure, I'll accept that one. Beautiful. That couldn't have gone better, man. Oh, we're alive. Islanders, I think it's also, although they were contenders for a while. Flames, yeah, I'd give it. I would have thought that the Flames would be more elite by now, but Panthers are just confusing. Avs, what did they? It's okay. That's bait. It's bait. No, not like this. Okay, it probably couldn't have gone better. My God, it worked. 9 wins. Yeah, the Bruins are just irritating. Like you have to put some respect on it. But like they've been buyers at the trade deadline for like 14 consecutive years or something like that. Like they've completely skipped over being ass. They had that god-awful draft where they had like 3 picks in a row and only one of them has panned out. Like it's crazy. We're definitely toast, huh? We did get 9 though. Rolled a drumstick to buy a pair. Listen, I'm shaken by the fact that our GM traded away a first and a second this year. For what? Okay, let's look at the top comments from r/Canucks on the trade news here. Of course, this team wouldn't hold on to the picks. Okay, that was my first reaction too. I take back everything. Fuck you, Patrick. Patrick Alvin is he's our general manager. This is the type of trade we make when we're contenders, not when we're the 6th worst team in the league. Okay, collapse that comment. 25-year-old right-hand defenseman. There's Quinn Hughes' partner for the next 5 years. Okay, a little positivity. I'll take that. Not that I agree necessarily. Right-handed D-man on pace for it. Okay, this is someone's trying to bring logic here. I skipped that. What the fuck? Okay, there go those picks. Stop trading picks. Holy shit, wow. Why do we hate draft picks so much? What the fucking why? What? Oh, but hey, the fancy stats people at The Athletic think he's worth $8.1 million. Unfortunately, he's on an expiring contract, so we might have to pay him $8.1 million. This has Jim Benning written all over it. Why would we trade that pick? Why? Why? Well, I'm not an enormous fan of it, but I've said it before. I try not to get too, rankled about the hockey because, I'm not in charge of the on-ice product. I just go and I go da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ghost Rider to Trading Places. I've seen Trading Places. It has Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, and 2 very old guys in it. Ghost Rider has Nicolas Cage and Jessica Biel, maybe? I'm thinking that isn't it crazy that Nick Cage and Dan Aykroyd maybe have never been in a movie together, but are both like idiosyncratic weird guys. I don't know. It's Eva Mendes, you idiot, not Jessica Biel. Okay, we're trying to get to Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's been in with Steve Martin in Bowfinger, Heather Graham, Janet Jackson, Jada Pinkett Smith in the Nutty Professor's films. Just thinking here. He's been in a lot. Nick Nolte from Beverly Hills Cop. Lots of stuff. Nicolas Cage, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, Steve Martin from Bowfinger. Wait, I already said that, didn't I? Owen Wilson from I Spy. It's true. Gary Cole from I Spy. Now, I'm trying to crunch the numbers here. Let me get my brain online here. I'm not glancing. I promise you I'm not glancing. Dan Aykroyd. Ghostbusters, of course. Also features Sigourney Weaver, maybe the most well-known actress from that. Sigourney Weaver. I'm looking at this. Nicolas Cage is an obvious connection. But I'm like Sam Elliott, Big Lebowski, John Goodman, Jeff Bridges, Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi with Nicolas Cage in Con Air. That's not what we're trying to get to, though. Nicolas Cage, Con Air. Steve Buscemi. Peter Stormare, maybe, who's also in The Big Lebowski with Sam Elliott. Now we're back where we started. Anyone else famous in here? Donald Logue, he's in Blade. Blade. Wesley Snipes. Is Wesley Snipes in something with Eddie Murphy? Possible. This is Ted Cruz. I don't know. Eva Mendes is in The Other Guys. Mark Wahlberg. Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell, Eddie Murphy ever been in a movie together? Dan Aykroyd hasn't done a lot of work recently. Dan Aykroyd, though, was with Chevy Chase in the movie Spies Like Us. Chevy Chase has been in those movies as well. It's true. It's more likely than you might think. I'm almost wondering if there's not like a Saturday Night Live connection we can get to a little bit easier here for Dan Aykroyd or for Eddie Murphy. You know what? I'm going to connect via Nicolas Cage. I didn't find what I was looking for. And then we're just going to, I don't know. I've got to remind myself. We're probably trying to get to Eddie Murphy, if I'm being realistic. He's been in a lot of trash, as you know. Snowden, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Has he been in anything with Owen Wilson? Has Nicolas Cage and Owen Wilson ever done a movie together? Drive Angry? Season of the Witch? I mean, this seems like it's too easy. Kick-Ass. Okay, hang on. We got McLovin, Christopher Mintz-Platts. We got Chloe Grace Moretz, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Many hyphenated last names in this movie. Mark Strong. Bangkok Dangerous. That's a classic. Grindhouse. Now, that's an ensemble. There's Kurt Russell. How does Kurt Russell get you to Eddie Murphy, though? This shit it should not be so hard. Lord of War, Jared Leto, Eddie Murphy. Would it have killed Dan Aykroyd to do some more movies? I have to get to Owen Wilson. Even Eddie Murphy hasn't been in that many movies. Well, that's not true. He's in Daddy Daycare. Okay, this is where we gotta be, man. Con Air. The Rock. Leaving Las Vegas with Elizabeth Shue. This is about where we want to be. For the Cage-assance. Face Off. John Travolta. We can't get from Travolta to Murphy via like Get Shorty or something like that. This is crazy, man. I'm losing it. I just can't find. This is an ensemble. Angelina Jolie, Giovanni Ribisi, Ving Rhames, Robert Duvall. family, man. I can't. I'm paralyzed. Adaptation. We got Chris Cooper. We got Meryl Streep. She's the queen of Hollywood. We got Nicolas Cage playing 2 roles. We got Judy Greer with a script by the inimitable Charlie Kaufman. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going adaptation because I like the movie. I forgot Tilda Swinton was in that. I forgot Jim Beaver was in that. I had no idea Doug Jones was in it. Okay, I'm going Stephen Tobolowsky to Groundhog Day because now we're on a Saturday Night Live connection. And now we're like, surely Bill, oh, it's Ghostbusters, dude. You connect via Ghostbusters, duh. And then you get to Dan Aykroyd, who was, of course, in Trading Places. Okay, it took us 25 minutes to get there. That's not that bad, though. 4? I forgot about the Rotten Tomatoes Daily. Oh, Sam Elliott, Big Lebowski, John Goodman, random Blues Brothers documentary. No. You could do better. Can't you do John Goodman, Blues Brothers 2000? Wasn't John Goodman the second Blues Brother in that one? Or did they go with Jim Belushi? That is a better line. Sam Elliott, Big Lebowski, John Goodman, Blues Brothers 2000, Dan Aykroyd. That's maybe 1 to 2 faster. Okay, how about the Rotten Tomatoes Daily today? Ghost Rider, Donald Logue, Blade, Wesley Snipes, Dolomite is my name, Eddie Murphy, Trading Places. No, I could have Blade posted today. Rotten Tomatoes Daily. Okay, I'm ready. It's from 1939. It's 2 words. It's fucking duck soup, isn't it? Are you kidding me? 1939, undefined comedy, 2 hours and 12 minutes, duck soup. Oh! As one member of the female sex trying to be honest, we'll have to confess that we squirmed, but also we admit we saw many of our sisters in their true life characters. Little Women. Directing ensemble scenes with upwards of half a dozen divas is no easy feat. Leave it to Kukor to corral that kind of star power into a 2-hour-plus film that never takes a break to powder its nose. Back in 1939, they were like, holy shit, a 2-hour-long movie, this is epic. Nowadays, Marvel's like introducing Squirrel Girl. Season 1, 14 episodes. Each episode, 74 minutes long each. And don't forget to get the companion app to fill in the blanks. I have no idea. Norma Shearer, Joan Crawford, and Rosalind Russell. It's Sunset Boulevard. That's from the 50s. Critics' consensus. A feast of sharp dialogue delivered by an expertly assembled cast. Blank makes the transition from stage to screen without losing a step. Ain't misbehavin'. Who farted? I'm going to guess this is Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. The Women. Never heard of the movie before in my life. Who told me to play this? Name the women? Name the women for $1. Name the women. I don't know. Why is this so hard? Fuck you, yoga bag. Name the women. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to send you over to my wife's stream. Enjoy. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll find something good to play. Yeah, definitely. See ya. Can you sing some Genuine? Oh, you mean the burp song? Burr, 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 burr. I'm just a bachelor, looking for a partner, someone who knows how to ride without trying to fall in love. Got to be compatible, push it to the limit. Be sure when I break it off, she's not gonna wanna get off. You're horny, let's do it. Riding on my pony, my saddle's waiting. Come and jump on it. Like that genuine song.